A major Maga podcaster just sat down with Megyn Kelly and listed Trump's corruption. It's a very important interview. First of all, take a look at this clip, guys.
Positivity coming out of this administration. It seems very self-serving. I have a list of shit printed I could go through, but what was the last one? He fucking made it so he had Todd Blanche do the dirty work so that him or anybody in his family could never be audited by the IRS. What the fuck is that shit?
Mm-hmm.
The drone company, the $400 million jet from Qatar.
Yep.
What is it? The Executives Club. You know about that?
Yeah, that they started in DC.
You don't hear about any of this shit.
Yeah.
Does this shit look like he's serving the fucking people? No. So you're going to serve that? Or are you going to speak out against it and let everybody know what the fuck is happening?
You think he'd be better off?
Fox News sure as fuck isn't reporting any of this shit.
None of it. None of it. No.
He's not a Democrat. It's not a Democrat saying this. This is a veteran, a Second Amendment guy. He's the one with 4 to 5 million YouTube subscribers who campaigned for President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. And he's sitting there listing corruption items one by one. That's brave.
No, I there's no question that the corruption in the administration has been far beyond what
He
I ever
sued the
expected.
fucking
Okay, so now Megyn Kelly is also admitting.
government. He sued his own fucking government. For what, like, how much?
Okay, but that
So we're going to talk about that in just a second, okay? Because Megyn Kelly initially tries to offer some sort of defense. We'll talk about that, okay? I want to stop there for a moment, though. As you know, unapologetically, this channel has been focused on 2 recurring themes: exposing Trump corruption and calling on Democrats to expand the Supreme Court. I want to focus on this here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't care who you are, what your political persuasion is. Trump corruption should drive you nuts. Even in a perfect world or in an asymptotically perfect world where you and your loved ones and your communities were just, it was all sunshine and rainbows, public corruption should be a problem because it's an abuse of power, it's a betrayal of public trust, and it's dedicating time and resources towards the politician enriching themselves than serving you, your loved ones, and your community. The truth is, things are not all sunshine and rainbows for you, your loved ones, and your community, and you don't need me to tell you that. So at the same time that Trump is actively screwing you over, he's also actively enriching himself, his family, and his businesses. So the drone company, again, Trump is funneling taxpayer-funded defense contracts from his government to businesses that are controlled or aligned with his children. Classic quid pro quo, classic conflict of interest, naked corruption, the likes of which we never saw, never, from the Biden, Obama, or Clinton administrations. Quite frankly, even from the Bush administration. Unprecedented corruption. The Qatari jet, which I know a lot of people may have forgotten about, Qatar gave Donald Trump a $400 million luxury jet that he plans to use as Air Force One. All the retrofitting and upgrades and all of the mechanical work that needs to be done for Trump's new floating palace,
you are paying for it.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Qatar is not paying for it. Trump is not paying for it. You're paying for it.
Yes.
You, your loved ones, your community, your taxpayer dollars are going to upgrade this floating palace into a luxury Air Force One because Air Force One has state-of-the-art, security measures. It's EMP proof, right? It's the most secure plane in the world. Well, all of that requires money. You're paying for it. And then Trump plans to take that plane with him once he leaves office and transfer it to the Trump Presidential Library. So you're footing the bill for a plane that Trump has no intention of letting others use. That's what Sean Ryan's talking about. The IRS liability shield, we talked about that. That's part of the settlement that he made after suing his government for $10 billion. You know what? Don't worry about the $10 billion, guys. I'm not going to fleece you. You don't have to worry about $8.2 billion. $1.8 billion, I'm going to keep that. It's going to go to a fund that I'm going to give out to my MAGA allies. Your taxpayer dollars. And
as a part of settlement after Trump sued his own government, he secured a provision where neither he, his family, nor his business can face IRS investigation or prosecution. total immunity on tax-related matters. That has never happened under Obama, Biden, Clinton. It's happening right now under President Trump.
Any sort of like IRS probe or investigation or prosecution, I'm immune. I get total immunity, get out of jail free card, any IRS related crimes. And by the way, not just me, but my family and our businesses.
Yeah.
Never happened in the history of the Obama, Biden, or Clinton administrations.
Exactly.
That is coming from Trump. And the problem with Megyn Kelly, yes, she's turning on Trump, but still reflexively, she still feels the need. The Democrats are worse. They're not. And she's forced to concede that. But let's hear another clip.
Trump's always been, very focused on money. And he's been less than forthright about his finances. That's why his CFO went to prison of the Trump organization. Like, there's a reason. There's a history there. I guess I just didn't realize just how grand it would be on the presidential scale. I guess I kind of thought he'd be more like he was in the first administration, where he didn't do all this. Like, he understood that there were eyes on him, and there was the threat of congressional investigation and potentially prosecution hanging over him. Now that we have a Supreme Court ruling saying not much of what you do in your official role as president can be prosecuted, I think he's feeling a little more fancy-free. Yep. But he's not going to save himself from congressional investigations, which are going to start the moment the Republicans lose the House in November. That's happening. And that could get ugly for him. So he should watch it a little. And the Trump sons should watch it. The drone company is problematic. We awarded a military contract to a drone company owned by the sons.
The crypto stuff.
At a time when their dad is the one prosecuting the war. Like, there are conflicts of interest that are pretty obvious that they should have to justify.
Now, fuck justify. It should be unacceptable. I'm sorry. Would Megyn Kelly ever accept Hunter Biden investing in a drone company and President Biden's Defense Department awarding that company any sort of government contract? Is there anything? Is there any explanation or excuse or justification Megyn Kelly would accept? No. And you know what? That's actually okay. I think it's okay to just say, hey, listen, it doesn't matter if your drone company is legitimately good. You're involved with it. We can't have the appearance of impropriety. If you want this government contract, company X, you have to kick the president's son off the fucking board. You have to divorce or distance yourself from him.
Yeah, he's right. And in this conversation, it was a brutal interview for Megyn Kelly, I can say that. And what about Sean Ryan? He's not a liberal. He's not a Democrat. He's a veteran with millions of Maga aligned followers who voted for President Trump and believe in the movement during election campaign. They all have voted for President Trump. And he was the one who was endorsing President Trump during election campaign. And now he sat there and listed the corruption out loud. He was talking about the jet, the IRS shield, and the drones contracts, the slush fund, and said this does not look like someone serving the people. They are serving themselves. Megyn Kelly, who would have torched any Democrat for a fraction of this, was forced to agree. That was the best part. She was literally forced to agree to these points. As he's saying, I agree to this point. The corruption was never hidden. It was always there. The only question was whether the people closest to it were willing to say it out loud. Some of them finally are starting to sing out loud. The people who endorsed President Trump during election campaign, most of them are now turning against Trump. You have seen Marjorie Taylor Greene, Kristi Noem, now this podcaster, all of them, they are now turning against President Trump. President Trump is not popular right now. What do you want to say? What are your random thoughts about this video? I want to know about your opinion in the comment section. Please comment under my video. I really gain a lot of knowledge from your comments actually. So what's your opinion? What do you want to say about this interview, specifically about Megyn Kelly? The best part was she was being forced to admit all the fines. And she admitted. Well, what's your opinion? Let me know in the comment section, guys. And please consider subscribing if you're new to this channel. It actually helps me a lot when you click on the word subscribe button. Be an initial subscriber of my channel. I'll bring more important videos for you. Till then, please take care of yourself.